Just watch out for that battery. When the camera cut off.
Cut off?
Cut off red.
Alright. So, hey, so read that last part again. The water. Appreciate that, dude.
It says, Jeremiah 3:9. And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks.
With stones and stock. What it say? So whenever you make the idol, you gotta use either wood or stone. And when they say stock, they go back to the golden calf that the Israelites was that they were worshiping. I forgot the name of the golden calf. It's an actual entity that they have in Egypt. Forgot the name. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Because I think it had like a halo over his horns. You know?
The name of that god.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that god too. But that's actually the actual calf that the Egyptians actually worship, that the Israelites brought out with them. You know?
And they actually have one of them calves. I seen the brother doing a lesson on it. They actually got one of them calves up in one of them states up north. I seen Issacharite brother. They was doing like showing like this is Egypt, because they had the pain and the name just keep popping up in my head, but it's like a broken light, like a bloop bloop bloop. You know how light?
And like you can see something when the light come on and off, but you can't see it all the way.
Yeah. The name is it called Harapis or?
For some reason I keep thinking it's started with an H too. I'm trying to look it up right now.
But you know, the brother did like a breakdown on it, and he showed like the big bull. Upstate, and showed like, hey, this is America. They got the bull right here. It was a golden bull too.
Hey, matter of fact, golden bull, yeah. Matter of fact, we got a calf downtown, USF Bulls. You know that you consider that a calf. You know. So look here, brothers, bear with me though. One more time, I got a scripture that's gonna back that up. What you talking about?
I get it.
Cause I want to get the name of that golden calf, so the brothers who watching they can do some research on it if they want to.
Jeremiah 3:9. And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land.
Right.
And Judah that was there, the treacherous sisters did defile that land. That's why the Most High took their ass right on their father.
Right.
It said, and committed adultery with stones and with stocks.
Right. And that stock that the Israelites was worshiping was called Apis. Apis bull.
I said Harpus.
Apis something.
Yeah.
But you can look it up. I found that word out on the Wikipedia. But you can go, because sometimes they have different spellings. Trying to spell it A-P-I-S, A-P-U-S, but it's Apis nonetheless though. And this is the back you brought up with that scripture. This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 27. Saying to a stock, thou art my father, and to a stone, thou hast brought me forth.
Right, because when they came out of Egypt, they said, oh, this is the God that brought thee out of Egypt when you made that calf.
Right.
Apis, what the name is?
Apis.
Yeah, they said this is the God that brought thee out of Egypt after the Most High just brought the ass out of it.
And then he just showed his glory.
Yeah.
Come on, man. For they have turned their back unto me and not their face. But in the time of their trouble they will say, arise and save us. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Matter of fact, what was Jesus Christ when they got gunned down in that church, man? Because they made this their God. This is a graven image. Like the Lord said, I'm gonna read it again. But where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble. For according to the number of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Man, I people believe anything, man. They worship Ra, they worship Buddha, they worship Lapis Christus. You know, some brothers just worship the universe. Some brothers said they believe in the universe because they give them positive and negative you get a positive and a negative reaction. You get positive and negative vibrations, so they don't even really give it to a higher power. You know? You got something? Go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy 31:16. And the Lord said unto Moses, behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, And this people will rise up and go whoring after the gods of the strangers of the land.
Right.
Whether they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have made with them, then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day. And I will forsake them, and I will hide my face from them, and they shall be devoured, and many evils and troubles shall befall them, so that they will say in that day, are not these evils come upon us, because our God is not among us?
Right. So they go right back to 70 AD. They go right back to us being in slavery. They go right back to us being here in America today. Because what did the Lord do? The Lord said He was gonna hide His face from us, man. You know, just like Jake's like him in that day. You came up, you heard the word. He even showed you signs. You see how I say there won't be any signs, and then you walked out with your concubine, man. That's the state of mind our people are in today. They're comfortable. But in that day when they call upon the Lord gonna mock them, like He said. He gonna laugh at that calamity.
The name Jesus is not gonna work for you.
Nope. And that's fucked up, because you don't even know the name of the power that's coming back to save your people, but you calling on another power, another Jesus, so to say. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 18. And I will surely hide my face in that day for all the evils which they shall have wrought, and that they are turned unto other gods. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach the children of Israel, put in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel.
You hear it one more time?
Deuteronomy 31:19. Now therefore write ye this song for you, and teach in the children of Israel, put it in their mouths, that this song may be a witness for me against the children of Israel.
And that song is just words in this book. You can't have a song without it. You can't have a song without the words, man. This song, at least.
Because really, man, Israel just went off the wall all throughout the scriptures, man. That's why the Most High had to set up certain judges. This is Joshua chapter, started 24 and 13. And I have given you a land for which ye did not labor, and cities which ye built not. Ye dwell in them, the vineyards and olive yards which ye planted not do ye eat. Now therefore fear the Lord, and serve Him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord, Yahawah. In that day, talking that moment. It says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahawah, by Shem Yahawashi, choose you this day whom ye will serve.
And that's Joshua speaking, right? Yahawashi. So he said, if you don't want to serve Yahawah, choose who you want to serve. But nonetheless, though, you won't have no other power but Yahawah by Shem Yahawashi. And the Most High made a covenant with Abraham, so you're gonna have to serve him eventually, whether you will or forbear. That's why Nate and his zombies don't really get it in. The brothers from Lions of Yasha, man, they went down to their camp, man, in Kansas, man. You know, salutations to their brother, man. He went down to the IUIC camp, and he confronted them about the name, man. And these motherfuckers skedaddled, ran all around, man. And the brother was contending for the faith with them, but you know, as the brother breaking out certain scriptures, man, he would make a key point, and then they want to jump to, is it okay to rape in the Bible? They pull the same semantics all the time, man, trying to work on the emotions of the people, man. You know? Then they gonna ask people around, is it okay? Is it okay? Go to the scriptures and show them the point where it's at, man. That's why Nate and his people, man, the Most High gonna take them out real clean like, man. Most High gonna take them out trash, man. You need to get rid of that trash so your house won't stink up, man. That's exactly what Nathan do. And then the man had the audacity to talk against Elder Tahar, man. Calling him out his name and everything. Man, that's childish, man. So whatever you was speaking on about Elder Tahar, it had nothing to do with the scriptures anyhow. You got something?
It says, now therefore fear the Lord and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahawah, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, and whose the land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve Yahawah.
God. Yeah, that's the point. We're gonna serve Yahawah Sham Yahawashi, not Jesus Christos, man. That's not who we serving, man. See, they talk about keep the law, keep the law. You know, this Paul said, speaking verbatim. Salaki, let me get it, man. I don't want to go off. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 23. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. Like we know it's lawful that you're supposed to put a homosexual to death so that you won't pollute the land of Israel. But right now, that's not. I mean, that's lawful, but it won't edify me until is that gonna help me get into the kingdom? No. Edifying is when you go in depth into a subject, man. Like I can tell you, 2 plus 2 is 4. But how do I edify you on that? Well, how many times can you count it to 2? 2. How many times can you count it to 2? 2. So if you count 1, 2, add 2 more to that, 3, 4, that gives you 4. It's like edifying a little bit, So like you gotta go in depth to certain things. Like that name, you gotta go into the name. If you don't have a name, you're not gonna make it. But not just having a name, because you can't just be going off and then think you got the name and keep it, but the Lord gotta give you the name anyhow. But that name comes with faith.
Verse 13, verse 16. And the people answered and said, God forbid that we should forsake Yahawah to serve other gods.
Right.
For the Lord our God, it is that brought us up and our fathers out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
Right. So it is our God that brought us out, man. Jesus did bring us out.